Imagine a world without taps, without bottles, without a guarantee of your next drink. A world baked under a relentless sun, where the earth cracks in thirst, is a constant, gnawing predator. This was the reality for our earliest ancestors. Today, we are journeying back tens of thousands of years to explore one of the most fundamental conflicts in human history: the battle for water. Before kingdoms, before empires, before the first words were ever written down, humanity's story was etched in the mud of drying riverbeds. Water was life. It dictated where you roamed, where you slept, and ultimately, whether you and your clan would see another sunrise. But when the rains failed and the rivers shrank, this source of life became a source of desperate conflict. Let's picture a small clan of early Homo sapiens. They found a rare prize in a parched landscape, a deep spring-fed waterhole, sheltered by a rocky outcrop. For weeks, it has been their sanctuary. The women gather water in crude animal skins, the hunters use it to track thirsty prey, and the children splash in the shallows, momentarily free from the harsh realities of their world. This waterhole is their lifeline, their most valuable possession. But they are not alone. From a distance, another group watches. Perhaps they are a rival clan of Homo sapiens, or maybe even our evolutionary cousins, the Neanderthals. They too are desperate. Their usual water source, a shallow stream miles away, has turned to dust. Their children are weak, their hunters exhausted. They've followed the tracks of animals, all leading to this one precious spot. They see the other clan, see their relative prosperity, and they know what they must do. Conflict wasn't a choice, it was a necessity. In this world, sharing could mean mutual destruction. If the waterhole was drained, everyone would perish. So, the defense becomes as crucial as the water itself. Our first clan posts lookouts on the high rocks. They sharpen their spears, not just for hunting mammoths, but for defending their home. Every snap of a twig, every shadow moving in the twilight, sends a jolt of adrenaline through the camp. The confrontation, when it comes, is not a grand, cinematic battle. It's a brutal, chaotic, and terrifyingly personal affair. It's a desperate scramble at the water's edge, fought with stone-tipped spears, heavy clubs, and bare hands. The air is filled with guttural cries of aggression and pain. It's not about glory or territory in the way we think of it now. It's about a primal, desperate need, the drive of a parent to bring water back to their crying child. The instinct to survive another day. The victors of such a skirmish wouldn't celebrate for long. They would tend to their wounded, mourn their dead, and cast wary glances towards the horizon, knowing that their prize remained a beacon for all the other thirsty wanderers in the desolate landscape. The struggle was never truly over. This constant pressure had a profound impact on our evolution. It forced us to become smarter, more cooperative, and more strategic. Clans that could effectively defend their water sources were the ones who survived. This meant better communication. Perhaps the very origins of complex language were shouts of warning and coordinated plans of attack. It meant strengthening social bonds. You needed to trust the person fighting beside you, knowing they were protecting your family as much as their own. Innovation was also born from this desperation. How could they make the water last longer? Maybe they started digging the waterhole deeper. How could they transport it more effectively? This could have spurred the development of better containers, moving from simple cupped hands to stitched animal hides or even woven baskets lined with clay. Every small advantage could mean the difference between life and death. The defeated group, if any survived, would be forced back out into the arid wilderness. Their journey would be even more desperate. They would have to find a new, undiscovered source or risk challenging another group. This constant cycle of discovery, defense, and displacement is what propelled our ancestors across the globe. The search for water was one of the primary engines of human migration, pushing us out of Africa and into every corner of the planet. Think about the psychology of it. Imagine the constant anxiety. The world wasn't a beautiful, natural landscape. was a series of threats and resources. A flock of birds in the distance wasn't just a sight to see. It could be a sign of water. A distant mountain range wasn't just scenery. It was a potential source of streams. This environmental awareness was coded into our DNA. Interestingly, these conflicts may also have been the seed of diplomacy. Perhaps some encounters didn't end in violence. Maybe a powerful clan allowed a weaker one temporary access in exchange for something else, flint for tools, or information about animal migration routes. These would have been the first tentative steps towards trade, treaties, and complex social interactions between different groups. The waterhole became the first negotiating table. These prehistoric battles for water are a stark reminder of how fragile civilization is. We live in a world of incredible abundance where water flows freely from our taps. It's easy to forget that for the vast majority of human history, every single drop was precious and often fiercely contested. Our ancestors fought, innovated, and migrated, all driven by the simple, powerful need for water. Their struggles shaped our bodies, our minds, and the very societies we live in today. The next time you turn on the faucet, take a moment. Remember the echoes of those desperate cries across the ancient plains. Remember the courage of those who defended the waterhole and the desperation of those who attacked it. Their story of survival is our story. It's a legacy that flows through our veins, a history written in water. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this story fascinating, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into our incredible human past. Let me know in the comments what ancient struggle you'd like to explore next. Until then, stay curious.